What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I am so stinking excited because we're going to be doing a first impressions review, swatches, and tutorial using the new Conspiracy palette. This is from Jeffree Star Cosmetics and Shane Dawson. I have one of the liquid lipsticks from the collection as well to test out today. I am so stinking excited about this. I have watched Shane's videos on YouTube for the longest time. I'm pretty sure I watched his YouTube videos before I even created a channel of my own. I've always been super inspired by him and I just love his content, and I was so excited to see him collaborating with Jeffree to be able to actually make like a makeup palette, because he's one of like the few YouTubers that I'm subscribed to that's like outside of the beauty community. So when I heard that he was going to be doing a documentary in the beauty community and then that he was actually going to be making products, I was really excited for him to like kind of come into my community that I'm a part of here on YouTube, which is the beauty community. So I cannot wait. I got up bright and early and stood in line at the Morphe store to be able to get this today, as well as the liquid lipstick. I've also never tried anything from Jeffree Star Cosmetics before, so I'm really eager to be able to test out his products. I've heard really good things about the formulas of his products, so I'm super stoked to be able to try out a brand that I've never tried before either. I'm not gonna blabber on too much. I know what you guys are here for. You wanna see the palette, you wanna see swatches and everything else, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. If you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you can be notified of all of my future uploads. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I really wanted to unbox the palette on camera with you guys, so I have not opened this up. This is a package that it came in at the Morphe store, so I have not even looked at the palette firsthand myself. I've seen pictures and everything of it online, but I haven't actually opened it, so I figured we would do it together, so let's go ahead and see. Oh my gosh. Let's see if I can pull this. Ooh, oh my goodness. There she is. Oh my gosh. What the heck? This is beautiful. I mean, I knew that it was gonna be beautiful. Like, I obviously seen pictures of this and stuff, but this is so luxe, like to actually hold it. Like, this is so thick. It literally looks like a trunk, like with these enclosures here. Really cool packaging. I like that a lot. Love the Shane Dawson logo. Everything I just feel like is really well thought out on this, and I think it looks amazing. I love how it kind of forms into a triangle and stuff. It's really cool. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and open it up together. Oh my gosh. There she is. Ooh, girl. Oh my goodness. I am so stinking excited. We have a really big mirror as well up here, which is great. I cannot wait to dig into these. Okay, so before we go ahead and do swatches and do like a full tutorial using these, I want to give you guys a little bit of background on the palette itself. The palette is going to retail for $52 and there are 18 different shades. It looks like we have a mix of both mattes and shimmers in here, so I'm really excited about that because I'm a neutrals girl. Like, I like neutral palettes. Call me boring, call me basic, whatever. Like, that's what I personally like and what I reach for on a daily basis, where this palette is not overly neutral. There's lots of pops of color, but there is neutrals in here as well. So when I first saw this, I was kind of like, But then when I really looked at it and broke it down, like if you guys look, like the top row here is basically all neutral. So that's like great for like everyday, going to work, even like bridal makeup, like any sort of neutral look you could be able to create with these top 6 shadows. And then the next 6 shadows are really like bright, very colorful colors. So for me personally, I don't know how much use I'm gonna get out of those because I definitely use more neutral colors, but it does give you that versatility. If you want a pop of color, you have it here. And this last row is more cooler tone, but still can definitely create wearable looks out of. Like, we have 2 different gray colors, a black, a darker emerald green. So those can definitely still be wearable as well. So once I kind of broke it down and really looked at it, I was like, oh, okay, like I could definitely probably create a good variety of looks from that. So I was really excited. And one last thing that I did want to mention as well, which I think is really cool about this palette, is all of the different individual stamps. A lot of shades on this palette have really cute custom little stamps on them, like Diet Root Beer looks like a little root beer mug. We have Diet Cola. What's the Tea with a little teacup. I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera, but it's really cute how they pressed into the shadows different little things. So I did really like that customization. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into this bad boy. I'm gonna first go ahead and do swatches for you guys. As I always say, swatches do not tell the whole story, but I know you guys like to see them. So I'm gonna insert swatches row by row to show you guys all the different shades swatched, and then we will go ahead and do a full makeup tutorial. Okay, so up first on the first row, we have Ranch, My Pills, Tanacon, Diet Root Beer, Just a Theory, and Spiraling. Up next, we have Conspiracy, Pigment, Food Videos, Trisha, Cheese Dust, and Flaming Hot. And for the last row, we have What's the Tea, Diet Cola, Not a Fact, Sleep Paralysis, Illuminati, and My Rides Here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with the tutorial. I'm first gonna go in with the shade Tanacon, love that name. And I'm gonna go ahead and buff this into my crease. This is a very neutral, light transition shade, so it's great for doing that. So I'm just gonna go and buff that in windshield wiper motions. And we are gonna go in with some color today. I promise I'm not just gonna use the neutral colors. We're gonna do a colorful look today. But I can definitely do like multiple different looks with this palette if that's something that you guys want to see. Like if you want me to do like another tutorial using the palette, I can definitely do that. So let me know down below if you guys pick this palette up and you want to see multiple looks with it. I can definitely do so. So far this first shade seems to be blending super easily. It looks pretty pigmented, but it's kind of hard to tell because it's a very similar color to my skin tone. So we'll definitely be able to see as we go in with darker colors. But it seems to be blending out really, really easily, which I like. Next, I'm gonna jump in with Diet Root Beer just to deepen it up a smidge and just pop that in the crease to deepen it up. Ooh, yeah. This one's definitely really pigmented. I really didn't have a lot on my brush at all, and it's deepening it up a lot. And this one seems to be blending super easily as well. We've only used matte so far, so obviously we'll have to see as we keep moving, but so far I'm pretty impressed. And having this big mirror is really nice too because it gives me something to look into while I'm doing my makeup, because I do always use the palette and mirrors. Like I know not everybody does, but I always use them, so it does make a big difference to me. I know they had mirrors as part of this collection, but those were like the first thing to sell out at the Morphe store this morning. I think they only had like very limited quantities of them, but they do have like hand mirrors as part of this collection too, but I was not able to get them. They were sold out by the time I got in. I also did plan on getting the full like liquid lipstick collection, but they didn't have that either, so I was just able to get one liquid lipstick, but it is what it is. I will say I am getting a decent amount of kickback from these shades. I don't know if you guys can see that on Diet Root Beer, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal to me. The shadows are blending out really pretty and they're very pigmented, so I'm really not that worried about it. I do also tend to be a little bit more heavy-handed with my brushes, so that could be why too. Up next, I'm gonna dip into Flaming Hot. Is it weird that I've never had Flaming Hot Cheetos? Which is literally what this shadow is named after. I've never had them. Is that weird? I don't really like spicy things though, so maybe that's why, but I feel like everyone loves them. So I'm going in with this to start to bring that color into my crease, because I really want to use the shade Trisha, which is the bright pink shade. I want to work this shade into the crease with the browns to kind of introduce the color, and then we'll go in with Trisha. And I am only using a slight bit of this shade because this can definitely be like super, super bright on its own. But because I'm mixing it in with that brown, kind of to keep it a little bit more on the neutral side, I'm not using a ton of it. I'm just really dipping my brush lightly in there and building it up as need be. Okay, now before we go in with Trisha all over the lid, I'm gonna go in with Not a Fact, which is this pretty deep purple shade here. And I'm gonna work that into my outer corner just to really deepen up that area and to kind of just add a little bit more depth out there. So I'm just gonna go in with this. I'm kind of packing it on and then I will blend outwards. Ooh, yes, this is so pretty. I am loving the way this is coming out. And again, you guys know, like I am not a colorful girl, so this is not like the kind of look that I would always kind of create, but I wanted to use some color in this palette instead of just doing a look with the neutrals, which I can definitely do for another tutorial. But for the first one, I wanted to use some color, but I really like how this is turning out. And everything is blending really nicely, which is great. I'm gonna mix together Flaming Hot and Not a Fact and buff that on my lower lash line. Ooh, those two mixed together are so pretty. And just blend everything together. Okay, and then all over the lid, we're gonna go in with shade Trisha. It looks so pretty. This is a shimmer shade, so I'm gonna spritz my brush with some Fix Plus just to help it adhere good to the eye. You can use water, Fix Plus, whatever works for you. And we are gonna go in on the lid with this. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, so stinking pretty and metallic. Oh my God, this reminds me of just like Barbie. Like I love this shade. Oh my goodness. And it's so pigmented too. Wow. Stunning. Dang, I love this. Wow. I'm very impressed with the formula on this. It's working really, really nicely. It is literally just so vibrant. Like this shade is just like probably the most vibrant eyeshadow I think I've ever used. Wow. It literally looks like I took like a marker and like drew on my eyes. That's how like pigmented it is. Dang. Then I'm just gonna go in and blend out any sharp edges in there so we have everything nice and blended. Okay, now in my inner corner I wanna do a little pop, so I'm gonna go in with Pigment, this lighter pink, and I'm gonna pop that right here in the inner corner. Just as a little pop of lighter shade. And then for highlight on my brow bone, I'm gonna mix together Ranch and My Pills, and I'm gonna highlight the brow bone with that. Ooh. She is pigmented. I don't know why I'm surprised because every shadow I've used so far has been pigmented. And then I'm just gonna go in with a fluffy blending brush just to blend that all up. I'm going back in with just a smidge more of Not a Fact. Just re-putting that in that outer corner because I kind of put some of Trisha over it. So I'm just gonna buff that in there just a tiny little bit, like so. All right, so I went ahead and popped on a little liner and some lashes to show you guys the completed eye look. I love the way that this ended up turning out, and I genuinely really like this palette. This was not sent to me in PR. I used my own money to buy it. I stood in line for over an hour waiting to be able to get it, and it was worth every minute of my time and every dollar of my money, in my opinion. I really enjoyed the palette. I thought the shadows blended out beautifully. They were all incredibly pigmented, and I definitely think that I will get good use out of this palette. I think this would be a great holiday gift too. Obviously, the holidays are right around the corner. This is probably going to be on a lot of people's lists. And the packaging is just amazing. Like, this is by far the nicest packaging wise palette that I own. It is really cool. So I love that, and definitely something that I think I will keep forever, or at least a very long time. So I'm really happy that I was able to get my hands on it. I do want to test out the liquid lipstick that I was able to get as well. This was $18. They are selling a bundle of all of the liquid lipsticks that comes in like this little pig thing. It looks so cute. They did not have that at the Morphe store. I don't know if they're going to just not be selling that at the Morphe store, or they just didn't have it today. I don't really know, but I was able to get my hands on one of the liquid lipsticks, and this is Are You Filming, which is actually the color that I wanted. This is the red one. So we're gonna test this out now. So this is what it looks like. Just says Jeffree Star Velour liquid lipstick on it, and then it has Shane Dawson around the cap. So we're gonna go in and test this out on our lips. Such a pretty red shade, wow. I'm doing this with no lip liner, so hopefully it turns out good. But I really want to show you guys the true color. It also has, it's kind of like, is it cinnamon? It has a unique scent to it. It's not like every other liquid lipstick that I feel like is vanilla scented. I think this one is cinnamon, and I really like it. I wasn't expecting that. Definitely very pigmented as well. So this is what the shade Are You Filming looks like. It dried down to a matte very fast, but as of right now, it does not feel drying on my lips. It just feels like it's on there and it's there to stay, which is nice, but it really does not feel overly drying at all. So I do really like that, and I think this color is so pretty. I'm not sure that I love it with my eyes. Like, I don't know that I would actually pair these two together, but I wanted to be sure to be able to test both for you guys today. I think this would look so pretty with like a gold smoky eye for the holidays. I think it's perfect. It's that beautiful like bright red, which I personally really like. So yeah, that is everything, you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please be sure to subscribe if you have not subscribed to my channel already. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!